Hey y'all. We about to get into this. I think I got an unfavorable opinion. I think everybody gonna disagree with me, but it's okay. I want to prove my case to you all, whether this was a shakedown or not. I'm trying to tell y'all. I did a little research, and I said, hold up, something ain't adding up, baby. When I went and got some information, even the fucking LSA got tea on this that I had to take a screenshot from and bring over to the YouTube to share with y'all. So let's get into some things tonight, y'all. Listen, y'all come on in. Hit the like on your way in. Appreciate it. All right. Thank y'all for being here. Hold up. Hold up. Hold up. Let me add myself to the screen. Come on in. Come on in. Let's get some clarity behind this. Some good old clarity. Ain't nothing like some clarity. I had to go add some dates together. Like, hold up, something ain't adding up right. And I learned a little bit of more tea about this. Those kids, the victims, allegedly. Well, one of them is no longer under the guardianship of the mother when this incident happened. So during when it happened, we gonna get into it. So when they left guardianship from the mother, that's when all of this, yeah, that happened. And we got pictures of the mother and Tiffany Haddish out and about chilling during this period of time. The incident happened back then, but we're gonna break it down. I'm gonna talk about it because I absolutely see some bullshit going on here. And I don't want to make any of the victims feel bad at all. That's not what I'm doing shaming. Actually, they had a credible case. They truly did. And that wasn't their fault. So please give me just like 30 more seconds and we're gonna get started. Y'all make sure you hit that like button. Shout out to everybody in the chat too. Shout out Joe, Hot Spicy Tea, Very Carry, Lamone. Yes, that check definitely clear. Okay. Tiffany went in that bag. Okay, her net worth is 6 million. Aries net worth is 4 million. How much you think they went deep into that bag? I tell you this. Hold up, y'all gonna be amazed by the tea. Let me stop this real quick. I got a video of the alleged mother 3 years after this situation happening on video of her own personal page talking candidly about this situation. And I was sitting here like, oh, okay, wow. But she had privated her page. And so she had recently accepted me as a friend. Now, mind you, I did my story on her weeks back. So I was recently accepted, and then she has another page linked to her main page. So I got some cuts from the page that are all legal to cut from. So we're gonna get into that. But thank you all for coming through. Yes, he's a mighty now. Thank you for being a mod. I appreciate it. So before I begin, I want to make sure. Let me make sure I have all my videos up because the videos sometimes give you grief. They don't want to play how they supposed to play. Let me make sure I got all of this. Yeah, we got it. We got it. We got it. Baby, we got even on Tiffany Haddish page right now. Like you can go to it right now. She's tagged Trizza in the page with a little blurb on it saying all of these wonderful things about her in 2020. Now, mind you, this happened in 2013. And so it's like, oh, okay. But we're gonna break it down. So first thing happened is Tiffany Haddish reaches a deal with the alleged sexual assault victims to seal photos in the court as the words the accusers demand a settlement. Now, if you don't remember, just like a week or so ago, both victims, Jane and John Doe, was literally out here saying that they wanted to have them locked up. They feel abused and that, they don't feel safe around them and no other kids should feel safe around them. That was just literally a week ago. And then prior to that, that's when all the shit hit the fans. We saw footage. Now we only saw footage of one of the kids, and that was more so the Aries Spears side of things. We didn't really get to see the actual footage of the child allegedly playing with like a hot dog in her mouth with Tiffany Haddish. I know I didn't see it. I don't know if anybody else saw it, but I didn't see it, nor did I want to see it. And so that's supposed to be some of the footage and the photos that we're not going to see, that I guess they were holding on to during this time. So that happened. And then you have their attorneys come out here. So then you got Aries Spears comes out, he comes out on a radio station. And the first thing he says is, this is what I took hold to, you all, was the first thing he said was, oh, I know this lady. This has been a shakedown. She's been trying to shake us down, and I will not be shaken down. So that's the first thing he says on this podcast as he's talking about this situation. He goes on to say, she's even been in trouble with the authorities and her own children in the area. So he say all these details. I mean, there has to be something there, even if it's a glimpse of truth, you have to take it. So I took it, stored it right here. And then what was so alarming was this. So Tiffany Haddish comes out here. She has her attorney come out here. Bogus claims. That was the first thing we got. These are bogus claims. There's no truth to it. And so her attorney is what really got me. He comes out and says, do I have it? He goes out to say this, you all. Plaintiff's mother has been trying to assert these bogus claims against Miss Haddish for several years. Now, that's going to be key to me proving my case. She's been trying to assert these claims for several years. And anytime I hear somebody say several years, I'm thinking 3, 4, or more. So if we count them backwards, 2022, we're talking about 2018, 2017. And I have a video from 2017 when allegedly she was talking about the situation. So I wanted to pull it all together. So he continues by saying Miss Haddish for several years. Legal representation for Haddish said in a statement to IndieWire, every attorney who has initially taken on her case, and there were several, ultimately dropped the matter once it became clear that the claims were meritless and Miss Haddish would not be shaken down. Now, the mother has her adult daughter representing herself in this lawsuit. The two of them will together face the consequences of pursuing this frivolous action. And so that was their stance. They came out like, no, y'all not going to do this to us. Y'all been trying to do this for a long time. Whoop, bop, da, bam. And it was like nothing was going to move. And I even felt like, okay, they're going to probably put an end to this at this point. If anything, they'll probably make this be, go away. Well, it did. So we get to this point where now the family, the victims, have released this statement. My family and I have known Tiffany Haddish for many years. That's key. And we now know that she would never harm me or my brother or help anyone else do anything that could harm us. Now, is it just me, or from last week to this week, it seems like things have changed dramatically, not just on Tiffany Haddish's side, but on the side of these grown children who were once victims of, sexual child abuse, allegedly. Is it me? Does it seem like that changed? And you can be frank, Roman, it didn't. That does not seem like it. You can be straight up frank. What up, Zap? It's good to see you, Zap. Thank you for coming through. And you can be straight up frank with me. Honestly, the tone changed. Now, mind you, the girl, she's much older now. She's not the same age. And the boy, he's much older now. He's not the same age. Now, I'm going to show you an interview of Trizza. Trizza is allegedly the mother. She has 5 kids by 5 different baby daddies, okay? And she talks about it. She's a comedian. She loves it. She doesn't care about it. But she's very raw. She's very raw. She's very much so out there. She even talks about how her kids don't even like her doing comedy and stuff like that because they don't know when she knows how to turn it off or turn it on. So during this period of time, she talks about her story, and we're gonna play that clip too, her story, because her story is what's important to how we landed here. Her story is the likings of, someone who was just trying to start up from the bottom, slept in a car with her kids in the rain, moved to LA, nobody gave her nothing, and then she got, you know, all these friends and connections, and so she's going out. She started a nonprofit called Gems, and then she wanted to break into the comedy circuit. So Comedy Factory was having a comedy camp, and she put her kids in the comedy camp, and that's where the connections really blossomed between her, Haddish, and other folks. Not just Haddish. There were other players here. It was not just Haddish. Haddish and Aries Spears are just the only two who blossomed into somebody. But there were other players, and I'm only speaking about the mother. I'm not talking about the kids. So she did this when they were younger. She allowed her kids to go to this comedy camp. And I played in my old clip, you know, little clips of them at the comedy club factory. You know, the comedy club factory, comedy factory. They host summer camps. And Tiffany Haddish has been a part of it when she was younger, but she's also been hosting it too, being like a moderator since like 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018. Then I finally noticed in 2020 she stopped. I couldn't find no images or nothing of her because I really was trying to find pictures of her with other children there, or was she really active as they claim she was? But she was. So then we get to this point. And so now it's so Lizzo got them a good attorney to get Aries, and Tiffany was collateral damage, baby. I don't know what happened, but they both came. They had to come up out of their pocket for that. So after all that went down, you know, she shows, you know, the video footage just comes out. They go to the court and say, yeah, we need them arrested. Then obviously maybe a week or so later, we get to this point where they're now claiming that, you know, they worked out a deal. Part of this deal is that Tiffany Haddish must issue an apology, but she must also recant her statement that this wasn't a shakedown. Now, to me, I'm finding that part interesting, that out of everything that you want her to do, not go get counseling, not any of that, because that was what the case was about. You want that statement to be recanted. So I'm sure she'll do it because, you know, it's in her best interest for her career to do so. But can we just take a moment to just examine the mother, the alleged mother, the player, one of the key players in here? I think she deserves some shine. Now, I want to make sure that it's known Jason Lee is the culprit behind revealing who this woman was. He's the one who went out there on his Hollywood Unlocked video and identified her who as the alleged mother. And then therefore, after that, everyone is pretty much taken from there. So what I want to do first is go back to the time. So it was 2013 when this incident happened, right? In 2013. This woman was trying to break out into her career back in 2013. So she put this video on her company page, by the way. So I don't want nobody saying it's from a private page that shouldn't be shared to the world. It's not a private page. This came off of her company page. So this is the video that she put out on 2017 on her company page. Now, before I play this video, there are some things that I need you to listen to. First, she starts the video off by saying, I want to thank my friends and family and everybody who got me through this. Key friend was Tiffany, okay? And then as she goes through it, she talks about how there's something coming up in the works, some big issue that she's finally finna get over with and get her to the other side. She ends this video by saying, I'll be paying my friends. Everybody's going to get a cut off of this. So it leaves someone like me like, wait, what are you talking about? What are you gonna get? Who would get a cut of what? What are we talking about? So y'all check this video out. And this is all allegedly, you know, this is all, I'm not saying anything. I'm trying to prove my own case that, yes, I do indeed think that there was a level of shakedown going on here. So let me share this video real quick. And yes, you're going to play.
Again, I just want to tell y'all, I haven't been on here in a while because it's been a lot of retarded stuff going on. It's me, Trizay. Again, I just want to tell y'all, I haven't been on here in a while because it's been a lot of retarded stuff going on between my kids, their dads, just my business in general, and then my dumbass sister. Oh my God.
Can y'all hear it? Can y'all see it? Let me know if y'all can see it or not. Because on my screen, I could see it, but I don't know if y'all could see it. Can y'all see the video? We can't see it. How about now? All right, what about now? That's crazy.
My life has been turned up, but I do want to say that everything is turning around. Things are going really well. I've got 4.
That's crazy. Y'all can't see the video. Was y'all able to see it then? Your boy.
Again, I just want to tell y'all I haven't been on here in a while because it's been a lot of retarded stuff going on between my kids, their dads.
Y'all can't see it still either, no, because I can't see it either on y'all. What the fuck is going on? Okay, all right. All right, how do I share this video? All right, can I share it from my computer? Give me a second, y'all. Y'all gotta listen to this video. You're not understanding this.
This thing today again. I just want to tell y'all.
All right. What up, y'all? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? Share screen, window, bam. All right. Now let me know if y'all can see this. Bam. All right. Now we into the money.
This being today again. I just want to tell y'all I haven't been on here in a while because it's first of all, thanks to the universe for just allowing me to go through what I've been through and to come out.
Do y'all hear?
With a good mentality.
Y'all hear?
I want to thank you to everybody who has been there for me during my struggle because.
So y'all heard no sound that whole time. Okay, now you heard sound. I know what it was. It was because I was on mute. All right, I'm about to do that again. But hold up. Remember, in the beginning of this video, this is the alleged mom, Trizza, of the Jane Doe and John Doe of the victims who of the Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish case. Now, this is the mom. This is back in 2017. Incident happened in 2013 at the comedy camp. During this time, she had struggles in her life, and here's a moment where she's talking about something. We don't know what it is, but I got some other videos that's going to add up to, okay, yeah, it's going to a little bit prove what I'm trying to say here. And whether it was a shakedown or not, it was still wrong. Both of those motherfuckers knew goddamn well you ain't have no kids, nobody child doing no acts like that. No ugly ass man like Aries Spears playing around nobody's child. So that was wrong. But still at the same time, this mother definitely has a role. Definitely has a role in it. So I'm gonna play this one more time for you all. And sorry about the hiccups going on with it. I just assumed that my audio was going to be a little bit different. It's not. You can prepare. No matter how much you prepare, baby, it's going to be something. But I'm glad y'all with me.
Again, I just want to tell y'all I haven't been on here in a while because it's been a lot of retarded stuff going on between my kids, their dads, just my business in general, and then my dumbass sister. Oh my God, my life has been turned up. But I do want to say that everything is turning around. Things are going really well. I've got 4 opportunities that are manifesting in my life. So I just want to first of all give thanks to the universe um, for just allowing me to go through what I've been through and to come out, with a good mentality and a good attitude and a good heart. I want to thank you to everybody who has been there for me during my struggle because Shadi, Tiffany, oh my God, I don't even want to start naming people because y'all gonna just be like, you forgot about me, but Katrina, Kat, oh my Rochelle, just oh my Sabrina, like everybody who has been there, like names is just probably gonna be.
Okay, I have to pause right there real quick. I have to pause right there. So she's talking about something. Now, mind you, this is in 2017. So she's clearly aware of what has happened with her kids. 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016. It's 2017. So you're not dumb. You do know something went on. I don't know if they read the time. I don't know. And honestly, from the angle that I'm looking at this case, this situation, I don't care. I don't even give a fuck. It was wrong. But the mother here, she did know. And you can hear her as we finna get to the end of this conversation of what she's saying. You can hear her be excited about the outcome of something. Now, we're going to go back to when I said, listen clearly. Aries Spears' attorney came out here and said that for several years she's been trying to come after us. And Tiffany Haddish attorney, first thing he said was, this is bogus. She's been trying to come after us for several years. And then you have her on 2017 saying stuff like this. And I said, what is several years from 2022? 3 or 4 years back? So you start adding up the math. This sounds very plausible. What the fuck are you talking? I really wanted to know what she's talking about. So let's continue. How do I put it back? I'm sorry, y'all. Don't laugh at me.
Denise, oh my God, and homegirl Denise, just everybody who has just been there for me. I just want you guys to really know these last 3 years have been off the chain crazy. Like my life has been so turned out, and the only thing I could do was be fresh as hell while the feds was watching. But everything is working out. My tour is on schedule, and there's so much that goes into that. That's a whole nother post. So I'm gonna give this to y'all, comedians or artists or whoever is putting a tour together and get everything lined up. That part is so crazy. It's ridiculous. So I'm gonna be posting about that the more we get into the tour. The radio show is going great. Shout out to Ricky that time. WPK. I appreciate you guys. But everything that I went through, like, has kind of, like Charmaine was saying, put me under pressure and molded me into this diamond. And it's awesome. Like, I'm working on my second book. Everybody's been asking me to see the book is coming out. So that's a whole other stuff I'm going to do on writing and the whole publishing process and then your book, taking it from your brain to somebody reading on Kindle or getting a hard copy. We'll talk about business, we'll talk about opening businesses. We're going to talk about distractions like your kids or just outside influences that keep you off of this shit. So I'm just happy to get that. Feel like it's good. Things are going great. Like I said, besides the shit I occurred with my sister. And I'm good, though. This is really, really good. And I think we're just going to be good. So I appreciate everybody who had my bad and Shotty. Oh my God. That girl, oh my God, Katrina, Tiffany, like, oh my God, Denise, all of you guys, like, were so instrumental. This Carly Carr, I apologize for not saying your name a long time ago. I just talked to you early this morning. But everybody, like, it's so many people. So I'm just thankful that everybody who was there with me, this started that for me. Um, it's just crazy that, sometimes when it gets dark, you see who shine the light on you. And I appreciate everybody. I pay everybody that. We got to do this money.
Well, so I saw that right now. I need to say this because I don't need nobody asking how you got that. So what I did was I went to Tiffany Haddish's Facebook page. After I found the fact that you can go on Google and type in Tiffany Haddish and this woman's name, and Tiffany Haddish Aries series, and then filter the search from 2013 to 2019. Don't give me nothing now. And it was videos from their YouTube, their Facebook that popped up of these two. So I went to Tiffany Haddish's Facebook page and I pulled up a post that she had posted during this time frame on her page. Now I saw this one picture of them together. You can see Tiffany Haddish there sitting down there with a wig on, and you can see Trisha up here, up in the right corner right there. You can see them. Now this was back in 2018. Um, when they were together. So here we go, another part in the timeline. So 2018, they're still hanging out, going around, chilling and stuff, right? And then I see Tiffany Haddish post this on her Facebook page in 2019. I'm going to post one of my talented friends a month on my page so the world can see who they really are and that they got it going on. This, my friend Trisha, can do what she like. Follow her and buy her book. She is very talented in many fields: stand up, comedy, writing, charity work, and music. She has a record out called Baby Mama Music. And so that was in 2019. And so let me see if the video. Oh no, I'm gonna play the video the same way I just played this one. So I'm gonna play that video. Now in this video, it is very she tells a lot about her life. Tiffany Aries, they knew better. Yeah, they did know better. Hot, so you see, especially with that statement, they said Tiffany has been a family friend for years. We know she would never harm me or my brother. Definitely intentional. At least 7 figures. So, victim compensation fund. Had they allowed this to go through the courts and be slandered and smeared, the victim comp they would have received less going through the courts and getting a victim compensation fund because some states cap that at like $50,000, $30,000. So she wouldn't have received a lot. It was best for her to go and get a settlement. Now, I'm sure she's in the 6 figures. I don't know if they coughed up 7 million. I mean, a million a piece. I don't know about that, but I do think it's in the 6 figures. I definitely do think it's a 6 figure check. Absolutely. 400, 500, might be $600,000. Yeah, she looked like a shaker. She going to get a bag by any means necessary. So I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. So let's play this video of her that she shared, that Tiffany had a share of Trisha on her Facebook page. Now, back in 2019, mind you, and I keep putting these timelines because it's like, okay, so even then, if the mother felt like this was really, really bad on her children, why would you even be around someone like this, still hang around them, do anything? Like, why do you not talk to your kids? Did they not feel safe coming to you earlier on and telling you this stuff? And I'm only asking this because I don't think anybody who saw their kids do something like this would still be hanging around, going out with them. So here's the other video that had it shared on her pages. Okay. Morris. All right. Hey, thank y'all for rolling out. I know that's not gonna work. So y'all check this one out. Morris. Las Vegas in the house. Hello, ladies. How are you doing this afternoon? It is a pleasure to be here and for all this wonderfulness and greatness and all this women's power. Like, we don't really understand as women how powerful. Oh, we're going to get into that, how the case came about. And that's what my journey is about. I started out really, really hard. I ended up in foster care at a late age. I wasn't like a little kid who grew up in foster care. I got into the system at 12, 13, 14, when we wasn't getting adopted, when nobody wanted some little bad 12-year-old, to take home. I don't care how many ponytails I put in my head
Well, nobody trying to adopt me. You know what I'm saying? So I started off on a really, really rough road, and I managed to turn my miracles into my mistakes. I decided to write a book called Miracles of My Mistakes. And this is the book that I wrote. And what this book tells, it tells my story. It tells how I ended up with 5 children, being married 4 times, being a victim of domestic violence, ended up homeless on the street with 4 children, living in my car. This book is a story of survival. This book tells you how to pick up wherever you at and put your life together. When I started writing this book, I was, like I said, it was 1992. I was going through some stuff. I was actually living in my car. I was homeless. I left my husband. He was beating on me while I was pregnant. And my friend was like, oh, girl, you can come and stay with me. So I drive from Detroit to California only for her to tell me, girl, I know you really don't leave him. I know you can't stay here. So me and my kids actually ended up in my car. And at a certain point in time, as I got bigger and bigger, my belly was touching the steering wheel. I had a 3-year-old sleeping on the passenger seat and a 7-year-old stretched out on the back seat. And in those moments when I didn't think I was going to make it and I didn't know what I was going to do, here comes El Nino. And my back window would roll up. So I'm sitting up here stuffing towels and t-shirts in the crack, wringing them out every 20 minutes to keep my son's feet dry. I mean, it was a mess. And it came to a point where I couldn't take it no more. I was ready to throw it in, give it up, just I couldn't do it. So I actually began journaling.
Yeah. And so that was the speech she gave in 2019 at this seminar, representing her nonprofit Gems. And so here it goes. So the mother remained friends with Tiffany post the video for all those years. Yes, she did. And so I was, still trying to do some research to figure out, okay, so how did this happen that, the mother remained friends, the kids still did this stuff, and nothing came about. And I was, still trying to put the story together. So I stumbled upon Lipstick Alley out of all the places where a lot of tea was being spilled about this entire situation. People who knew the behind the scenes and stuff like that. Wait a minute, did the mother bring this case? I thought the daughter did. The daughter brought the case. And we're going to talk about why the daughter brought the case. It seems so, the daughter did, I believe. Every time it is mentioned, I've read Me and My Brother. So here's what I read on Lipstick Alley. So it was posted, this changes nothing. All this shows is that the mom ain't shit and was willing to exploit her own children. She is not the guardian of the youngest one, and she is not the victim here. So that's the first point that I wanted to get across, was that at the time, she was the child's guardian. So maybe she didn't want to pursue charges because of her friendship with Haddish. But now it appears that the guardianship of that child is with either the father or someone else, who then decided that, yeah, we need to pursue matters, take it a little step further. So it goes on to say, and she is not the guardian of the youngest one, and she is not the victim here. The children are, and they've made it clear they felt taken advantage of and abused in the skit. Case closed, period. We have video evidence. So it was very clear that the kids felt this way, allegedly because of the friendship that Haddish and Trisha had, her assuming whatever, a payoff or whatever may have come. Those kids then decided to move forward on their own after all of these years. Not saying any of that is wrong. If you felt abused or taken advantage of, you have every right to seek remedy. And it goes on to say, also, if this woman is trying for years to extort you, why are you, Tiffany, allowing her around you? Hence, we see this. Hence, we see her sharing on her Facebook page. It goes on to say, if the allegations are false and she's crazy and money hungry and has been for years, why are you partying it up with her? Seems like Tiffany was able to get the mom to hush up about it and keep her satisfied because she knows what they did was wrong. Fortunately, that won't stop the kids, the actual victims, from seeking justice. And that's where I lied with a lot of this. The fact that I truly feel like the mother was trying to seek a shakedown earlier on, and she probably couldn't. This is all allegedly. She probably really couldn't. She probably couldn't get nothing out of them. And it was the kids who were able to take it by their own hands and move this case forward. That's what I think has happened here. Trisha, to me, seems like she will shake somebody down for some money. This is allegedly. She may not be, she may be, but it appears from what I've seen that she is. I would never just show up at someone's house and say, hey, I'm here to live. Oh wow, the mama swept it under the rug. Yeah. And so I want to play this other little video of the mother. Now, the mother went on after all of this to start breaking into her comedy career. So she sat down on a couch with this lady to give sort of an interview about her and her lifestyle and stuff like that. Now, the reason I want to play this is because, I always talk about character, look at people's character. She was very much so with the shits. Like, I could see allegedly someone coming to her and saying, hey, I want to do this skit. You think your kids would be down with it? And seeing her with the shits, allegedly. And she may not be that kind of person. But based off of this interview here, I was like, oh, you give me, yeah, girl. Okay, I know you was moving and swinging like that, but she was moving and swinging like that. So let me share this with y'all real quick. And thank y'all for being here. I appreciate it. 2 lives in one day. Baby. All right, let me share this screen. Let me share this video.
Welcome back to Vegas Live with Nina. I'm Nina, your host. And of course, you know exactly where I am, down at the Cracker and I have Trisay with me. Trisay is a comedian in Las Vegas. How hard is it for a woman to be a comedian in Vegas? Because you're going to be out all the time. Trisay, how are you?
I am good, Nina.
I'm doing great. Well, I got you on the show, so I'm doing pretty cool, aren't I? I'm hoping it, yeah. Right. So, it fascinates me. Comedians kind of have to be on all the time, but then people with them don't want them on all the time.
Exactly. Yeah. My kids hate it. I'm totally annoying. My kids say I'm loud. I'm obnoxious. Like they don't like to go to the store with me because everything is a joke.
But that's what I'm saying. And then after all, because I remember Shecky Green was a very good friend of mine. Still is a good friend of mine. And everything was a joke. And you're right, because after a while, it's like, can we just be straight?
Yeah. But you know what? Sometimes when we own, and like if something's funny and we just in the zone. We can't turn it off. Like I've said inappropriate jokes in church. You know what I'm saying? So
that's stretching it a little bit.
It is stretching it, but it's the comedian sense of humor where you just have no filter and it just comes out.
And I think it's sort of when you see a moment or you see something, you can twist it.
Yeah.
It's like what I was saying to you. I was saying, people ask me, where do I come from? And I say, my mother.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's where I come from, isn't it?
That would be actually your father. So
my mother and father. Without the two of them, I guess I wouldn't be here.
You wouldn't be here. Yeah.
So how is it going for you in Vegas?
It's going well. Oh my goodness. If you just want to name the stuff up and down the street.
I want to name the stuff up and down the street. Where you been?
I've been at Mandalay Bay. I've been at the Park Theater, the new one.
The new Park. Yeah, we're advertising a lot.
Yep. I've been at the Mirage several times, and then I've done the Planet Hollywood and Hard Rock. So the big one, the joint.
Yes.
So yeah, I've had a good run in Vegas. I haven't, and then I've done a lot of local clubs, like this one down the street, the Luna Lounge, and they do comedy there. The guy that does radio out here, 97.5, Mike T. He does a show at the Luna Lounge.
And you go with him
I pop up in there and we tear the club up.
Do you like to have another comedian doing comedic things with you at the same time, or does that take that away from you?
You know what? I do a show. It's like couples comedy. It's called the Baby Mama Drama Show.
Baby Mama Drama Show.
Yeah,
you got that in 1 second.
It's a Baby Mama Drama Show, and actually me and one of my baby daddies do the show together.
And then you got a baby daddy. Oh
yeah.
my God, these are all babies. I
got 5 kids by 5 baby daddies.
Wait. 5 different It's very confusing. I don't know if this is a joke or whether it's in real life. No. So let's clarify this.
Yes. I got 5 kids, my 5 baby daddies, because I refuse to make the same mistake twice.
So you made it 5 times?
I made it 5 times.
That's a joke in itself. This is true life.
Yeah, this is true life. And one of my baby daddies, we actually do a couples comedy where we just on the stage. Do you remember like Carol Burnett and Tiffany Haddish?
I don't like to say yes. I do.
Yeah. But that's what it is. Like we get on stage and we
Nothing
just
about this is attractive.
And the crowd thinks we're arguing and we just going off, and the guys is like on his side and the women is on my side. And
so what I'm getting from you is this is very spontaneous.
Yes.
So you're picking up from what's going on actually
in real time,
which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well, I always think that written jokes are fine.
Yeah.
But when you have this spontaneity of anything, which is what we're doing right now, I've never met this lady before. I don't know. She's pretty cool. I have to say that.
I am her chocolate daughter. She had
I'm all gonna chocolate daughter.
When it was cool to have black kids, but white ladies couldn't keep their little brown babies. And she dropped me off on B Street, and I found her.
So that was her interview. So as you can see, she was clearly fine post 2013 when this incident went down. She had a young baby then. I was all on her Facebook page. I didn't take any personal pictures from her Facebook page. Everything from Haddish and her business page. The videos came from her business page and Haddish page. So in my opinion, when I look at this entire situation, I absolutely feel like it was a shakedown. I feel like there was a shakedown initially when this went down, and the mother probably got paid. Probably, there was some sort of deal worked out. Unfortunately, I don't think it was sustainable or long-term, and I don't think the kids were included in that. And so now you have this new case that has come to light. And reading what you said, I think you said that the children should have settled. She should have settled this. Yeah, her team played this wrong. They should have settled years ago. This didn't even come to light. They were dead ass wrong for making that skit. Absolutely should have settled this a long time ago. Absolutely. But we're dealing with comedians, first of all. And then secondly, Aries Spears and Tiffany Haddish. I already felt some kind of way about Haddish. She don't seem like she got all her screws. And Aries, who would let their kid around them? Let's talk about Aries Spears. So he ended up going through his own thing with his wife. He filed for divorce during this is some crazy shit, y'all. This is about Aries Spears during that fucking time. This report came from January, February of that time, 2013. He filed for divorce on February 7th. The reason for the split, she cited, was irreconcilable differences. 4 days later, she requested a restraining order. This is Aries Spears' ex-wife. She said that he allegedly swung a baseball bat at her. She claims that he was verbally abusive father, and that he had been physically abusive with one of her children from a past relationship. In the documents filed, she demanded full custody of their son. He agreed to give her full custody. He's honoring the restraining order, staying away from not only her, but their son, unless it's a prearranged visit. And I said, well, given that back then, anybody who's allowing their child around Aries Spears is foolish. So just as much as they are guilty for putting on that fucking skit, the mother was guilty at that time as well for not doing her own research, signing her up to be for the child, boy and the girl, the Jane and the John Doe, to be in a skit with a person who clearly a bat around the house and verbally abusive to the children. What do you think that means for your child? I'm looking at this shit like, hold up, it ain't just them. Unfortunately, it hit the hardest person that's gonna be hit here is going to be Tiffany Haddish. Aries Spears had already came out and said he knows his career is already over, pretty much, and that this was just the coffin in the nail in the coffin for his career. And hell yeah, I'm not going to say he's not likable, because clearly he had a good career. His net worth is $4 million, so clearly he had a good career. For me, it ain't a lot, but it's enough for him, $4 million. But I don't think you're going to go up from here. You are way too risky given your history in this situation. Now, Haddish is really unfortunate. She was marketable, mainstream appeal. She connected to both sides, the black and the white audiences. They got into her comedic flavor. I didn't at all, at all, at all. Corny, corny, corny. Baby, it was just more enjoyable eating the fucking popcorn. She was corny. Um, and so I don't know what this is going to do for her career. She's trying to rebound. She has to issue a public apology. I think a lot of her fate will rely in her public apology and the recanting of her statement. How does she go about saying this? It wasn't a shakedown. This was, serious. Like, what do you say? And then moving forward, how are you to be taken? Literally with your jokes, because everybody's gonna be looking at everything like, wait, what? It's sad. You're right. She should have definitely settled this shit a long time ago. I hope other celebrities are taking heed if there's anything in their doors, because people, what you think people not gonna bring the lawsuit? And it just so happened that Aries Spears was already in the limelight for some bullshit, and here we go, getting dragged down the hole with him is Tiffany Haddish. And it's funny because when I first was talking about this, it said that they had tried to settle with Aries Spears a while ago, but he stopped continuing contact with them. And so it's funny. It's like, oh wow, okay, you should have done that back then too. The mom got her money. Now the kids want theirs. That's the real story. I truly believe that too. I truly believe that there was some level of dependency upon Haddish and her resources, pending we won't say nothing. I won't say nothing. And then now we have a lawsuit, because that lawsuit didn't just come out of nowhere from an incident that happened back in 2013. Haddish started becoming popular back in 18, 19, 20. So you can't tell me that came out of nowhere. There's definitely a story behind it. And it's so interesting that they want the records to be sealed, not only because it'll reveal the children's name and information, but it'll put out more footage and videos of Haddish being complicit in whatever skit she was in. It's like, yeah, girl, come on now. 2 Live Crew. You saying she looked like she belonged to 2 Live Crew? Reason exact, because the mom probably went through that money. I missed a lot earlier. Yeah, it was just, I just woke up on something. Let's kick the breeze. She did, Joe. Those children felt taken advantage of, and she didn't do anything to remain in proximity of Haddish. Protect your children. Protect your children. Some shit you should not be proud of. Five baby dads, all kids, and that's why I said the youngest child in this situation, he's no longer under the guardianship of Trisha. So I don't know if now being under the guardianship of someone else, mom or somebody else, prompted them to investigate, okay, what happened here, and then lodge that lawsuit. And whatever the case may be, I hope Trize, or however she says her name, I hope she gets nothing from it. She reaps no benefits from that. 5 kids by 5 different men. That is terrible. It sounds terrible too. I will never understand it. A baseball bat. Yeah. What up, baby? Nice. Good morning. Hey, I'm finna say good morning. What's up? What's up? What's up? I never even heard of that. Social media was in its infancy then, so it probably went unnoticed. Wouldn't go that way now in 2022. Yeah, I never thought she was funny. Yeah. Tiffany was aggravating to me. She isn't funny. She is not funny to me. I don't know if she lost it just trying to appeal to the masses, but I was watching her Comedy Factory skit back in 2013 when she was doing the comedy club. I enjoyed that so much more. I enjoyed her a lot better. I'm gonna play it for you. I don't care if they copyright strike me. Y'all gonna like. I think if you say you don't like her and you see this, it was her in her raw form back then. The one we see now is just like, yeah, I'm not too. Damn, of course I can't find the video. Oh yeah, I got it. They're gonna copyright strike me down. And that FloJo movie was supposed to be her relaunching the serious acting. It was. I thought that was an. Oh, I guess Girls Trip 2 is out of the question now. They're gonna definitely have to rethink that seriously, because it's a lot of folks who are probably going to be turned off by Tiffany Haddish even just being a part of something like this. They were waiting for the best time to get him. They have social media and public outrage in their favor. Yeah, they do. I came in late, so excuse me if you covered this already. But question: do you think Tiffany will suffer the same career-wise than Aries? I do. I think that she will take a hit, because first of all, I don't think she was established enough to sustain something like this, and I don't think that she has the wherewithal to pick up from here. You know, I don't think she's a comedian. All of her career is based out of her being funny and being able to turn something that's a negative into a funny joke. This is not that. There's nothing about this you can turn funny. Even her first interview from this is going to be interesting to see how she approaches it. Are you leaning towards I was wrong, I was young, I was thirsty, I was fresh? Are you going to go there and say you were, are you going to admit fault that way? Or are you going to just say that, or not say anything at all? Like, her next move is her best move. And I always say it's sooner than later. Don't wait months from now to say something. You know, come out and be able to, talk to your people. Tell them what happened, what went on, why did you do something like that, where was the joke? Could you see yourself doing skits like that moving forward? And I know it's a dumb question, but it's a logical question. You did it then, you was hungry. I could see somebody coming around with a $5 million, $6 million deal. Hey, can you reenact that skit for us one good time? We're gonna have all age appropriate folks. We just want to see you do it. We'll give you five mil. Do you think that's appropriate? Though it begs those questions. It really does. No 2 Live Crew in regards to this being the second live today. Oh, yes, 2 Live Crew. I like that. I love that. 2 Live Crew. Yes, definitely 2 Live Crew. When she was in her talking head days, like back when she did the VH1 and MTV 2 pop culture commentary shows. Yes, it was like, I'm not gonna say this, but it was like she was getting I don't want to say this but I'm gonna say it was like she was getting fucked good. Like, she had something going. It was like she found pleasure in life. I'm gonna play this skit for y'all because I want y'all to see it. It's in this, and watch, look how different she looks. She does not look the same. Now, this skit is exactly from 2013, that same comedy time frame when she did the comedy club thing. Not the comedy club thing, the comedy club camp. This is from that same exact time. Now look at her. She looked different, hair looked different, everything about her looked different. She even just looks like, she got something different, but the joke even hit different.
Some of y'all looking at me like, why she got that little sparkly ass bag? What's up with the little bag? Why she carrying that little ass purse with her? I carry my little pocketbooks with me everywhere I go because white people, Republicans, just people in general, they be stealing. That's how we got here, right? Black people, the two of us that's in here. That's how we got here, right? Because white people, they stole us. They kidnapped us. We could be in Africa right now with our titties out like, whoa, come on, tiger, fucking walking tigers and shit. But I'm here in America, and I'm glad. I'm happy I'm here. I appreciate all the white people and Spanish people that stole us from Africa. Thank you. Yes, bitch, you not free. You stole me too, bitch. Why is black people named Pablo? So I kidnapped us too. Don't get it twisted. One time, the mirrors, all of us wasn't kidnapped.
Now, see, to me, she was a lot different back then, and I could see why her and a Trizay were friends back then. No shade to Trizay or Trisha, but I could see why y'all were friends. Because for the life of me, when I was watching her interviews, now Trizay got more videos on that drama, baby mama drama tour page, and it's just tacky, acky. She come on one video with cornrows in her hair, and she's supposed to be doing a parody like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm ready, y'all, I can't believe I forgot my wig, and she fell on the bed trying to find her wig, and I'm just sitting here looking like, no wonder you didn't take off. She looks like my little niece in that video, doesn't she? No, that wasn't funny either. Oh my god, she was definitely, she was younger. She was definitely younger. I didn't really find her funny. See the decision making. Her PR team. This is what I want to see. So I do agree. They will try to put more of the blame on Aries because footage has already been put out here, though. I think that is more of the reason why Aries is going to get a lot of the blame because we physically have seen, we see it. You can literally go online right now and see that whole fucking clip from beginning to end. Now, one can say, how did that happen? And her footage still remained under wraps, or at least the hard stuff we haven't seen, like the photos and shit. Because I couldn't believe she took pictures on this skit doing this shit. Like, I would have loved to see that. Now, that would have been more damaging to her. Trust me, she'd have been hung on the wire too. At the end of the day, they're both black comedians, very much so disposable in the community that they're in their industry. We may think it's driven by black folks, but look at how hard Kevin Hart tries to appeal to the mainstream. Look how hard. That's why I don't like Kevin Hart as much. It's given bland, like no salt and no pepper. Both of them, no salt and no pepper. At least it looked like they had a little seasoning before, but she has none. And sucks on her. I don't feel bad for Tiffany Haddish. Do I want her career to rebound? Yeah, I would love for her career to rebound. But do I think she would be capable of it? I just don't know. I don't know. It'll be interesting in the coming days to see how her deals are managed, whether her Netflix deals are still going to be intact, whether all of that stuff is going to be intact. It'll be interesting to see that. We know they're going to kick Aries Spears to the curb. Had this been, a Martin Lawrence, somebody else who was larger, I think they would have been able to manage this earlier on, well before it got to this phase. But we were dealing with Aries Spears, who net worth was $4 million. The man ain't got it. He probably didn't have it then. And in this, with his wife, the baseball bat, he had to pay her $4,000 a month in child support and buy her a $300,000 home in Florida to live in during that period of time. So that was 2013 when he did that Funny or Die skit back then. So I can only imagine how hungry he was for something, because his network it's just now at 4 million. It wasn't at 4 million then. So I can imagine how hungry he has gotten to be, because they were saying he was making 28,000 a month from Mad TV, and he did some other film and stuff like that. And I was like, wow, he was making 28,000 a month. I didn't see him a lot then either. But we will see. I agree with you, Joe, though. Her PR team will try to do something. I know you fucking lying. Fried chicken in her purse. I saw this when she did that red carpet interview and had fried chicken in her purse. You lying. Fried chicken purse. I know you lying. Oh my God. She really did, y'all. Come on. And she thought that shit was cute too. Hold up. Y'all gotta see this. Here we go. Another one.
All right, so I'm rocking this Michael Kors, very camp, you know what I'm saying? She got that zebra/sequin. She ready look. This that Pimperella, baby. She ready.
She ready. Can you tell us what camp means to you, or what you first thought when you heard the theme was camp?
When I first heard that the theme was camp, I thought, oh, I get to wear a wife beater, some walking shorts, and some boots. Oh, this is gonna be good. I'm bringing s'mores. It's gonna be so much fun. And then when they told me, no, it's like over the top, glam, boom, whatever you want, I was like, let's go! Pimperella in the building. Hey!
I feel like you're always spilling the tea. Can you give us an inside look on what it's like inside the Met Gala?
There's not enough food, so I brought some. I got chicken in my bag.
Can you show us that again? Can you show us that again?
What, dude? That chicken in the bag, she ready.
So my first thought instantly was, so where are you gonna pull this chicken out to eat? Sometimes you can be too funny and be corny at the same time. And that was just a little corny. What did her footage look like? Apparently, it was the little girl was eating a hot dog, but it was making it look like she was giving oral sex. And the girl didn't want to do it, but Haddish allegedly, allegedly, I don't know this is to be true. She may have or may not have, but coerced her into doing it, which would be a lot more damaging. I don't think anything is damaging as Aries Spears sitting in the tub like that with that child. I think that for me was like, okay, you're doing too much. Nobody should be hiring you on a set. If you think shit like that's funny, because I can only imagine given you chasing your wife around the house with a fucking bat, how you really are in your real life. You're dangerous to people in society. Kevin Hart funnier than Tiffany. It's evident in his interview. She ain't even on his level. She did a lot to get this far too. Yes, she did. I mean, Martin was in traffic going through some things when I was a child, and he got past it. Her teammate, it did navigate this well. Where is Olivia Pope when you need her? I told yeah, no, that was too much. Past it at the fucking at the fucking Met Gala, yes. Child and her Michael Kors. She thought it was funny. That's what I'm saying. Her kind of level of funny is not funny to me. So yeah, y'all, this is gonna be interesting. But I definitely wanted to bring attention to the fact that I know this, yeah, it's wrong. Period. Point blank. The end. Filming kids doing any kind of adult like skit is wrong. They shouldn't be portraying them drinking alcohol, faking like they're drunk, on drugs, sex, anything like that. That's wrong. It's wrong to be putting them in that position, and it's wrong to think it's funny for public consumption. That's borderline child pornography. And when you start doing shit like that, you need to be held accountable, whether you thought it was funny or not. So yes, I think they should have been held accountable when this first went down, like, because it'd have been eye opening for their career. It'd have probably they'd have moved differently. This wouldn't have come to this point, but we're here. So I don't, one way or another, I don't feel bad for either one of them. I wish those two kids well, the adult daughter now and the young man. I will say this: I did get a chance to look at her children on her Facebook page, and she had videos of them as well, and I watched them too. Um, I would, you know, definitely, it's this is definitely a very interesting case, um, because the way she played with her children and the way they interacted with her, I could understand why they probably didn't want to say they were uncomfortable at the time. She was very much so. I think she was in a video in the hospital with one of her kids, and he was playing on a video game, and she was making a video talking like, he got me in the hospital late at night doing this, that, and the third. And she was trying to be funny for her drama tour channel, but it was given, you are very thirsty for some content. So I implore you to go check it out. And I definitely feel like she was trying to shake them down, and unfortunately got out of hands, and we're here. Um, and it was the right thing for them to do. Now, if this went to the courts, victims' compensation for sexual assault, child abuse, all of that, some of the states range, but the highest I've saw was $50,000. That would be charged to the suspect, or the person who's perpetuating the crime, or to the victims. In this case, because they decided to settle, because you're dealing with public careers, it's gonna be, I feel like it's six figures. I don't know if they have enough money to make it $1 million. Maybe they had insurance that will capture some of this, cut some of this, but maybe it was 7-figure deal. Only time will tell, and I will keep my eye on Trizay, because I want to see how it pops. Now that I'm a friend of hers on her Facebook, she only got like 196 friends, and I got it's a whole investigating profile. I got one of them. It's not even a man, child. It's a whole white woman. She think I'm a whole business lady. And she accepted me, and she makes updates. Her birthday was just a couple of days ago, and everybody was saying happy birthday. She had a book signing in August, and it was a famous person at our book signing, and she put the picture of her and the famous person at our book signing while this was all going on. And I was sitting there looking like, wow, this girl, this is all crazy. This is crazy. Why the fuck will Funny or Die even release that? And then talking about the minute they found out about it, they got rid of it and deleted from there. Well, obviously you didn't, because the footage was still able to be retrieved. People found that shit and then they decided to delete it. Wait, what? I experienced secondhand embarrassment a good chunk of time when witnessing a Tiffany Haddish. She always so cringe. And we can see why. I think part of it is she's not being her natural self. I think she's trying to put on. And when you are not being your natural self and you're trying to put on, that takes a lot. That takes a certain level of I won't say substance abuse, but it takes a certain something to keep you down. And I feel like, they caught her sleeping behind the wheel on the side of the road and for marijuana, smoking weed. And so I think, I think our girl might be experiencing, the ups and downs of being a celebrity, where people might be liking you at one moment and you might not be their favorite. And not being people's favorite may take a toll on her, because there was a point where Tiffany got backlash, and so now we're here. And I'm sure this has probably ate the fuck out of her, y'all. I'm sure of it. I'm sure she's cried, embarrassed, lost probably some relationships or some deals, or got some harsh criticism. And it's rightfully so. This is what happened when you're in the public eye. That's why sometimes I don't feel bad for celebrities. You take this on becoming a celebrity. You take on all of this shit. You put yourself out there for it. She was doing it by any means necessary. For real. Oh yes. You gotta be on your ones and your twos and twos. That's the only way you're gonna recover firsthand knowledge, is by putting yourself in those shoes. Yes, baby. Y'all wouldn't even imagine the pages I have on YouTube and the names they are. And when I drop down and I be saying stuff, y'all just be like, but I be seeing y'all, but y'all don't be seeing me. And I just be down there, baby. I'm telling you, it's a candid world out here. Does she look as if she's struggling? She's still struggling. To me, who Trizay? No, not at all. She looks a lot bigger than that interview. The last interview you saw, a lot bigger. Damn, I want to pull up her picture, but I am not trying it on her Facebook. She looks a lot bigger, and she has the most recent picture of her. She's rocking the bun braid. It's like a French braid bunned up here, and she has very oily skin. Like, she was at her book signing. I was like, wow. She didn't seem like she got a built home. She was talking about it on her Facebook page. She was talking about how she invited her folks over to her new house. I'm like, okay. Still doing comedy shows in LA and Vegas, but ain't really quite hit the net. A white woman at that. Oh yeah. Cause baby, they be the quickest to accept. Oh, I'll accept you. I know you will. No questions asked. Slid right up in there. But I tell you this, even as her friend, she had certain posts from, like, because I went way back to her 2014. I just started scrolling back up from then, just getting an idea, who are we dealing with? A corny ass woman, corny as hell. Her jokes are based on her life and her kids and her 5 baby daddies, and how she has to clean up behind her kids all the time. That's all her jokes were about. But she was really, really like cornheadish to me. It's her name is I don't know what her last name is. Trizay. I think it's her natural self. She just a little special. Ew. People who got like that dry. I hope her humor isn't dry. It's just dry to me. Let me clarify, nothing against white women. The best interview I've seen of her was one of her first Breakfast Club appearances. She was relaxed and open, was funny, and gave a good interview, but it's few and far in between. It's that relaxed and open for me, because she don't always give relaxed and open. Hey, Miss Margot, thank you for coming through. Hey, thank you. Hey, a high price to pay for fame and a little money. Yeah, it is. I'm sure she's gonna be very careful of how she move forward. And I wonder if the Comedy Club Factory will engage with her moving forward, because that's how she got her start there. She went to that camp, and she started being one of the hosts and mentors to other people at the camp and got noticed on the circuit. She talks about it in her story all the time. So it's like, damn, girl, they didn't even coach you. Like, you shouldn't do shit like that. Nothing about that is funny. Nothing about that is funny. And one day, I'm not going to put this on her, but one day that footage is going to be somewhere on somebody's shelf. Yeah, so you got to do everything in your power to make sure you not only get that, but you wrap all that footage up in litigation, mama. Also, the mother has come up since too. Yeah, she has. She don't look like she's struggling at all. She got celebrity friends in her pictures. I checked out a couple of her relatives who commented. You know, some of them may look like they're struggling, but that might be here and there. I don't know. I didn't scroll too far down the relatives page to see. I just saw the profile picture and was like, oh, okay, hey. But I did see that she is still friends with Tiffany Haddish, and they both can see each other's posts. So I'm just sitting here like, wow, maybe Tiffany Haddish doesn't run her Facebook page anymore, and they both don't know, but they both are definitely friends with each other, and they have a few posts that are like Tiffany Haddish with Trezay, or Trezay with Tiffany Haddish. So she got to where she wanted to an extent, right? But they didn't go too far, right? That white woman was getting. I'm talking about. I was scrolling. Listen, Heather, okay, acronym Heather does not play. I was getting some tea. It surely was. I was just doing this within the last 2 hours, y'all, on some real shit. I had went to a happy hour with my friend. He's a fucking lush. They in there giving flights. Normally a flight is like $15, right? They giving flights for $4. Now the flights ain't nothing but small little drinks, but it's 7 of them. He in there talking about just take a flight. I'm like, but it's like 5 o'clock. What are you talking about? Take a flight. And so I done fucked around, took a flight. He's like, you want to take another one? I'm like, nah, you can. By the time I left, he was taking another one. I said, I gotta go. So I left and came and set up this live because I saw that I was watching Sherelle's World, and they were talking about it over there, Sherelle's World, and she was coming from the whole angle of, yes, it was completely wrong, and she went more into Aries Spears' background. And I'm like, I agree with you 100%, but can we not forget the relationship that Haddish had with the mother and what that looked like? Because as I do in my morning shows, I'm always looking for the signs. And the sign here was the first step was the mother. You know, and even if you was trying to keep it under the rug, then you could have did what you're doing now. Those children had to go find other people to seek out remedy. And even that, you could be a part of that plot. Hey, I can no longer have your guardianship. Let you do it under somebody else, so that way I have nothing to do with it and I'm out of it. If I'm in it, then it's gonna look like I had something to do with it. I look at all sides of the case. I ain't dumb, you know. So you really have to look at it like, separate out the kids and the mother. And I'm looking at that mother, and I'm definitely telling you, she definitely was trying to work an angle. Allegedly. And maybe she wasn't trying to work an angle. Maybe this was all the way it played out. Okay. All right. Okay. They ain't finna get me with the okie doke. No. I haven't heard the term lush. Yeah, he's a lush. I'll be trying to be nice. See, I can call him a lush to his face, and he's okay with it. But if I say drunk or something, bitch, you say I'm drunk because you boring. That's all they say. You boring. It's not because I'm boring. It's just I don't drink like that. You know, even this ain't nothing but some tea. Good tea. Oh, I thought she was really depressed about this when it happened. Not according to her Facebook page. And I played a video earlier in the live from 2017 that she put on her Drama Tour Facebook page of her talking about some situation that she's happy is coming to a head, and then she'll be able to pay out to her friends. Literally use the hand motion. You know, I give my friends a little something. Like, girl, what? Okay. Now it's funny because that video only had like 75 views and 3 likes or something like that. And I'm just thinking like, wow, so even at that time, you really wasn't even aware that all of this was like part of your story. But I guess we'll see. Hey, Miss Margot. All right, y'all. I want to end this live, but I can come back and we can just kick the breeze. Because I have time tonight. I definitely got time tonight. So I want to end this live, Tiffany Haddish, and I'm gonna come back and just play some music, whether y'all come through or not. Y'all just drop down, but I'm just gonna come back and play some music. All right, y'all. So I appreciate y'all, all of y'all. BB Nice, Joe, Risa, Miss Margot, Hot Spicy Tea. Who else came through? Zap. Thank you so much. Thank you all for coming through. Thank you all for coming through. I appreciate it and giving me somebody to chat with about this, because I definitely didn't want this to be ended on the fact that it was all Aries Spears' fault. It's only because we saw his footage. We haven't saw Tiffany Haddish's footage. They both were complicit, and she went on to be her and the girl, Trizza, the mother of the children, went on to be friends after the situation. Hence this picture. So how hurt was the mother? How much of this was she in pain? So I'll be back in the morning though. I'll be back in a few minutes, but I'll be back in the morning. Too as well for local news, some local news stories, probably like 6 or 7. Cause I got an 8 o'clock meeting in the morning, and I always be wondering like, damn, I wonder if my boss be knowing like I need to get him early, yo. Okay, I'll be back because I want to talk about Mrs. Africa and get your yeah, Tasha K, Miss Kiwi. All right, so let me end this live. Thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna coming right back. Deuces.